Cold Front. This is Star Trek Enterprise Season 1, continuing my reviews of this great first season. I'm going to review this using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best. I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. I almost gave it a 2, but the temporal Cold War stuff is kind of interesting, but I prefer my Star Treks to be more episodic, one and done kind of episodes. This is sort of like a bigger picture. There's this war going on. Enterprise is kind of involved in it. Still, it's done really well. They meet up with these other aliens. They still have Star Trek-y things, meeting an alien, solving a problem, right? That kind of a stuff. So Star Trek always has to have character moments, meeting a new species, and having a problem to solve. Those are your sort of your basic things. So it does have all that, but the temporal stuff with that character who's like, oh, I'm from the future, like, and then the Suliban guy's like, no, he's a liar, and you're like, is he a liar? Is he not? You don't know who to trust. It was interesting, but I'm not dying over that part of it as much. But the other stuff was really nice, where they met this alien species. There's this sort of like event that's happening. It's really just like this astral like kind of like event or whatever. But they see they see it as like this religious experience. So that's kind of cool. Phlox kind of gets into it a little bit, spends some time with them. All that stuff is really nicely done. And overall, I still really like the story here. The pacing, I'll give it a 1.5 for pacing, just for it's not, I'm not bored or anything like that, but I wasn't like, ooh, edge of my seat. Towards the end, when they start to amp up, I guess, the temporal stuff, where you're trying to figure out, okay, is this guy who's saying he's from the future, is he a good guy? Is the Suliban guy trying to help Enterprise? Like, what's he up to? It did pick up a little bit at that point, so you could almost give it a 2. This one's a little bit more subjective. I'm going to give it a 1.5 just because it's not that it's the pacing is fast. It's almost sometimes like, how much information am I getting in the certain time that they've got? So if the episode's 45 minutes, how much information is getting passed to me as quickly as possible? And I feel like it kind of like, the episode was going on, and then they thought, oh, let's add this temporal thing to it. So I felt like they're like, oh, that it kind of swapped it, and then it was too quickly paced in both categories, like in both A and B plots. Anyway, still good though. 1.5. Artistry, 2 out of 2, man. Looks good. Watching this on my 4K TV, surround sound, Blu-ray. What do you want? Can't get any better than that, right? You can't get no cleaner. Anyways, I love. I thought it was great. Everything looked good. The Suliban to me look really cool. They have superpowers. They're like Skrulls. It's like super Skrulls. They all have like different powers. So this guy had like a stretchy power thing. He had invisibility. It's literally super Skrull. That was cool. I don't know what to tell you. It looks cool to me. Characters. Oh man, 2 out of 2. The characters in Enterprise are always going to get 1 because I love all of the crew. And then I usually give that second point, 0.5 or 1 or 0, depending on the sub or the supporting characters of the episode. I like the supporting characters. I like that captain guy who's like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I transported some people. It's like, all right. It's like, well, we need to talk to this guy. I don't know who he is. He just like doesn't care. He's like, is there a reward? Okay, whoever saved your ship, is there a reward? Okay, I'll say I saved your ship. It's just, this is random. He's a great character. Just small part, but very memorable. The Suliban guy's wicked. He just looks cool anyways. The guy who's from the future, the temporal Cold War guy, he's neat. Like, he was pretty convincing, so I don't know. Is he a bad guy? Is he not? We'll have to find out. This is my 3rd time watching Enterprise. However, I will point out that I've not watched Enterprise in a very long time. It's my least viewed of the Star Trek series, and I'm aiming to change that because I've been loving it again. For the enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 1.5. I like this one. I thought it was pretty good. So far, I think the lowest score we've gotten on an Enterprise Season 1 has been an 8. This one's an 8.5 out of 10. You could easily say it's a 9, really, if you wanted to. I'm kind of shilling for this show because I'm just really enjoying every aspect of it for the most part. This one was really good, so I enjoyed it a lot. Let me know your thoughts on Cold War if you've seen it. If you like my space system, please remember to like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. That's it, everybody. Until next time.